Hi there. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm actually having a pretty good day. The last few months have definitely been a roller coaster ride. I Purpose of this video and subsequent videos is just for to allow me to share my story, and hopefully I can help many of you who could be going through something similar. A few months ago, I remote worker. I've been working remotely in IT field as IT a technical project manager or a technical program manager, depending on the role. But for the most recent company, I was a program manager for an e-commerce agency. So pretty good. Things were going swell, or so I thought, work wise. And this by no means is, I'm not trying to throw shade on the company because business is business. My purpose in having this discussion is solely to focus on the people, and because without people, without employees, you have no business. And for me, I'd actually, this is 2024, so I'd been laid off numerous times since the pandemic, when the pandemic started. So that would have been around 2020. Experienced when a company decided to relocate to another state. That was pretty jarring. So for me, those were a lot of firsts. And to say that it wasn't terrifying, it was because I have a family. And over the past few years, my husband's health was declining. So, I mean, you can imagine we put on a different face when we go to work. When we go to work, we're just, hey, how's it going? But inside, I'm just like, it's this ball of nerves because I'm trying to figure out if everything is okay with my husband. Is he going to get better? Then our children, how are they doing? We have all girls. Our daughters were fine, but for the most part, kids know what's going on and kids feel things. But most recently, and just giving you a little bit of background, I was pretty happy at this place, and that's part of my one of the problems that I have. I do become comfortable because I think like, oh my God, I'm showing them that I'm an awesome person and an awesome employee. I'm contributing and making sure that, I'm helping to make a difference. I always like doing that. I'm like one of those folks, like I like to volunteer. I enjoy just helping people. And I always want to learn. So I'm constantly like in this state of, okay, I got to do more. I got to do better. I have to learn more. Middle of a meeting and getting ready to cut off a meeting with the client. Things were going great. I had already backlog of work items were already filled. So we're really excited about the next phase of development with this client. And then I saw that there was a meeting on the books with my manager. No big deal. My manager was awesome, completely amazing, always focused on my growth and making sure that, I was continuously progressing. But to be honest with you, I have to admit that over the last few weeks, up until they said, time to go, I was this ball of nerves. My husband is trying to get a surgery scheduled for him. Insurance. When I talk about in future videos, insurance is definitely it's a problem. It's an issue. It's the stress level is definitely high because if you don't have insurance, even if you need a life saving procedure, you are not going to get assistance. But I digress. I had a meeting when I was just kind of shocked because I saw my manager and then I saw HR and I was like, oh gosh, all these feelings. And I was later able to understand that this was still like the work trauma, resurfacing. And I knew immediately, I was like, oh my God, I'd been with the company for 2 years. Really didn't foresee that I was going to be reduced. One of the folks eliminated from the company, but they had an reduction in the workforce. So decided that my position was no longer necessary. And let me just tell you, I was terminated like right on the spot. Now, mind you, I've never done anything. I'm not like a trouble person, but I know I was like, oh, I couldn't do anything with my computer. And you know me, I'm constantly online because I'm constantly reading, I'm programming, I'm trying to learn more. Because like I always joke, I don't want to be that cow that's out in the pasture. You know, you pass that little cow and the cow's just like, oh, Betsy she's just mooing all the time. I didn't want to be like that. So anyway, long story short, I was told that I was no longer needed and that my access and everything was like terminated on the spot. And I think that was a little terrifying because I didn't have a chance to say goodbye. But anyway, I just thought, okay, let me just try to figure things out. They gave me, I did get some assistance, was able to stay on the insurance with Cobra for a few weeks. So that was helpful, but definitely a fight because I had to go back and forth for insurance so that, because my husband had a surgery that was scheduled and I didn't want to reschedule it because his health, all I just kept thinking was, okay, I've lost my job. I don't want to lose my husband. I don't want to lose my soulmate. I don't want to lose the man that I love. Please, God, I mean, I pray constantly. And if anything over the past, I would say few years, I've managed to like really connect and get myself back together. And there was just like over the past few years, like lots of issues, but it still remained like that strong person. We got to stop saying that, but us, that strong person and going to work. Like even with this job, like my mom passed and I like had to like pick up the pieces and get it together. My dad is still here, but 50 years they were together. And all I kept thinking was like, my mom is not with me anymore. So I couldn't even call her like when I was dismissed. But my whole point is that, in spite of all this, in spite of the workplace trauma, I thought, okay, let me just plunge myself into finding work. It's July, summer, July. I should be able to get something. Maybe not like a dream position, but at least maybe people will see or organizations will see like, oh my God, Tamika is pretty amazing. She has an excellent background, former teacher, former developer. I love technology. I like bringing people together, I like working with folks and helping people. And I really enjoy helping teams create fabulous solutions, innovative solutions, but more importantly, being able to properly communicate things to the public because that is so necessary. You can't push out a product and expect the public to say, woo! Anywho. I'm acting like y'all just sitting in here. I'm enjoying a cup of mushroom coffee and that Rise coffee. Pretty doggone good. But I still have to have a little bit of creamer in my coffee. And I'm actually programming. So I'll get to the good stuff. So there's a little bit of a silver lining. Fast forward, it is October, and I have a spreadsheet where I keep like a list of all the jobs. I've applied to over 200 plus, maybe even close to 300 jobs, like nothing. And I even paid to get my resume redone. That has not helped. I bombed an interview. So I had an interview with Amazon. Amazon was like my dream company. And I just couldn't, let me just tell you, I was embarrassed afterwards. And maybe that was God's way of saying, okay, no, Tamika, this is just not the position for you. But I bombed the interview. I couldn't remember anything. You would think that I was just some dummy. I couldn't remember APIs, nothing about the cloud, nothing that was important that pertained to that particular position. And I was just definitely a blubbering idiot. So I was like, blah, 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 blah. So I said, okay, what do I need to do? I'm not attracting anything. I've drained my retirement, because again, even while at this time, my husband is still trying to recuperate. We were able to get the surgery, but he is still trying to heal. So what are we going to do? I had to apply for public assistance. And for those who are saying, who have all these negative things to say, it was embarrassing, but I have to feed my kids. Got to make sure that our family is fed and that we have healthcare coverage, because we still have small kids. And I just put on I put myself together, humbled myself. And luckily, even though my husband was like still trying to heal, he went with me to family social services to get assistance. And people were really nice. So I'm so grateful. Thank you, DC. I'm so grateful for the help that we've received. So even at the time of this recording, I have not been gainfully employed. But what I have discovered is that I need to put together everything that I love to do and bring like-minded people along with me. So I have been working as a consultant. Company is called Key Ingenuity, or KI Connects. We're a technology services firm. So all of the wonderful things that I love doing, and all of those services, and putting them together and putting it to use. So, and the biggest thing about this is that I used to, because I tried doing this several times before, but I always just said, okay, I. No. I leaned back, took a moment, and determined that I have this massive network. Let me just reach out to people and see what happens. Who will say like, yeah, Tamika, if you find something, give me a call. So I have some of the services being offered as corporate training. UI UX have fabulous people for that who are just experts in their field. And if you're wondering, what the heck is UI UX? Think of this. You're a small business owner. You are trying to push out a product or perhaps a particular service. You know who you're targeting, but do you really understand your customers? The best companies understand their customers because they have a wonderful UI UX team. It goes out, tries to understand, how do people think? How do customers think? How are they interacting with things? If it's on screen, how are they interacting with the things on screen? Whether it's the buttons, the colors, how things are organized. There's a science to this. So UI UX is something that we're offering. Data analysis, that's big, because you keep hearing people talk about AI this and AI that and data this. Data rules everything. And if you don't have the numbers, you can't really come up with a reasonable conclusion on how your company is going to progress. We got people for that. So data analysis and project management, that's something that I love. So if you need some help, your PMO office, anything of that sort when it comes with managing IT projects, or even if I know most companies are agile, but there's still several, and especially within the government, that nothing wrong with waterfall. I'm not telling folks that you shouldn't adhere to waterfall. It's cool. It served its purpose, but we still have to be a little bit more open. Agile, if you are agile, you're able to really keep things moving quickly because things change. You're able to adapt. You're able to modify what needs to be produced because you're listening, and you're not stuck on, okay, this is what the timeline. You adjust the timeline. You have that communication with your clients. But that's another conversation too, so I digress. And then we also have curriculum design and development. So I really love, as a former teacher, I love creating learning tools or any type of curriculums that help folks. So I have several curriculums that we can come in, whether it will help you with as a business, help you with your business training, or even for kids. We have curriculum specifically designed for children. Branding, corporate identity. We have a fantastic team that just does a phenomenal job with corporate branding. So just basically check us out, keyingenuity.com. I'm going to make sure that I put the link in the video so that you can go to it, visit us, give us a call, let us know if you're interested in any of our services. But this time around, I know I'm listening. And so and again, as I say this, I'm not knocking anybody's beliefs. I'm just telling you about my own. But I've been listening. I'm going to say that. I've been listening. So prayer is not only constant. I could be sitting in my chair and I'm just start praying. And then sometimes I'm in the bed and I'm comfortable. Come from next to my hubby. I'm just like, oh. But then all of a sudden I hear God, Meek. No, God, really? Meek. So I get up. He's already told me what I need to do. So I start writing things down. I have my little journal, my little notebook. It looks a little sad. But I write all my thoughts and everything that come to me. So sometimes I've gotten up at some strange times, but I managed to get our website back up, get everything aligned, looking for grants, looking for opportunities, trying to get everything in order and still stay connected. Now, am I applying for positions? Of course. I am still applying for positions. That's when I was talking about the insurance. That's another discussion. But I'll keep you all posted. I truly believe that this time I'll be successful because I really, really, really want to. My success is nothing if I don't have the support of my team. And being successful will allow my team to thrive. And that's what I want. I want everyone to shine because I have some amazing people that I work with. And I'm just so grateful that God was like, Meek, did you talk to this person? Yes, yes, I did. And I'll write it down. So my notebook just looks so crazy, but these are all the thoughts. And I just decided I'm going to hang in there because there was a point in time where I was in tears because I kept thinking, well, I'm educated. I'm a professional. How is it that I'm out of a job? A lot of people are out. Let's be creative. Let's do this. Let's get it together. And I'll keep you all posted. But hang in there. If you are also on a similar journey, hang in there. And one of the things, my dad recently visited and he said, you should be doing things that you really love. And it comes together. And I'm thinking to myself, does it? Because insurance, the kids need this and we need that. And he reminded me things come together. So just pray on it. All right, y'all. I've taken up enough of your time. So I will keep you all posted. And thank you for just listening to me. And I will try to drop some more gems frequently. Okay, now have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.